Hey y'all, it's Melissa at MessyMissy Creates. I'm gonna do something today. We're gonna make some what I call journaling spots or journaling cards, but I'm gonna add a spin to it. If you haven't seen me make these, it's been a little while since I've made some. They look kind of like this. This one's just graph paper, and it's folded, and I just use a sticker and a marker, and like here I made a little chick one. I backed, just on some paper. This one says bring on the weekend. This one I used some ribbon and cardstock and a graph paper. And I mean, this one just has French fries. I'm doing my best. I am loved. Anyway, and then like movie night. This is either ice cream or cotton candy. I never did figure out which. Powerful lady, which I made in purple, and purple's not really my color. So anyway, but I did have some fall ones left from either last year or the year before. So let me put those to the side. I'm glad because I have some and I've needed some. This one just says sweater weather. I used a 6x6 paper pad on this one, I think. This one is just the graph paper. It's got a little bit of decoration on the front, and then it's just open for some hidden journaling. I started this because I kept wanting, like when I have some pattern paper in my journal, and I just want a little writing spot, and you can't just write over the chaos, the real pattern paper. Let me get one out. I know you know what I'm talking about, but let's say it's this paper right here. Well, I mean, you just put this right here, and then you can write here, and then this one I left folded, so I have all the inside to write too. And it just says it's pumpkin time, and it matches that page. So that's why I make these. Now, I'm going to do a different spin on it this time because the item of the month is clusters. So I want to take, technically some of these are almost already clusters. This one has ribbon, it has graph paper, it has cardstock. This one has a sticker, graph paper, cardstock. I would probably outline that with some marker. This one, but I may be able to add to these, but I'm also going to make some more. So I thought that I would dig those out. I had a feeling I had some left over from last fall, but I couldn't remember, and so I just found them. And anyway, so I have my graph paper cut up. I have some small. This is like, and y'all, I still haven't found my ruler, so just bear with me. I have a mat that has kind of a ruler on it. This one is, well, these big ones are like almost 4 by almost 3. So these are half of that. So you do the math. So, and I only have so many of these, and then I have to cut up another composition book. But what I do have is I have my dyed paper. So this one's already cut down. I went ahead and dyed it. And I thought the yellow might look fun on some of these colors like this. And maybe this one. This is some paper that Hope gave me last year, I do believe. And then I have these strips of paper. And these are like the cutoffs that I normally use for pockets. I thought about using this one, and I can make it. They don't all have to be fall related. All of the clusters don't. But I'm so fall oriented right now that I don't get a real fall in my weather, so I get it in my journal. So maybe that's my excuse. I don't know. But I also know that this paper would work well for some too, so I might cut that up. But let's get started. And these are some writing spots that she already has cut up for me, which I do need to put a little bit of writing paper on the inside. This one is blank on the inside, so it's ready to go. I could make clusters out of these. This is a bag. It's a very thick bag, I might add. And I could cut this and make 2 pockets. Like this half, and then glue the bottom and then make another pocket. So I might do that. And then I have, well, I have this paper right here and this paper right here. And they're fall colors, but they don't have to be decorated in fall. The only thing is that all of my bits are fall related. They're pumpkins and they're little hay bales. I got these. I only got a couple. I didn't print off the whole page, but this is from the Scrappy Wife, and it's on her Patreon. Now she has a free Patreon. Well, she has a free tier on her Patreon that she does free printables on Thursdays. So this is from this past Thursday. So I just cut a couple of them out and thought I'd use those on some of these. I also have some stickers and some ribbon and stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought I would give this a whirl and see what happens. I may start, you know, ironically enough, I cut this paper from this paper. Okay, that's the way it went. Okay, if I do it this way, this one looks way more white and this looks yellow background. So it must have either gotten discolored or been that way, like distressed on this end and not on this end. But anyway, I just noticed that and it caught me off guard. So then I have this paper, and yeah, I think that'll look good with the orange. This one look good. I think this one look good with either the white or the, let's use the white on this one. And then I haven't decided how tall. I cut these at 4 1/4. It was an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, so I cut it in half. So this is 4 1/4, right? 8.5, 4 1/4. Yes. And I get to choose how tall I want it. So if obviously I want it to go this way and not this way because the pumpkins are oriented, but I could do this with this paper and leave more room for, I could make the writing spot vertical and cut it in half and make 2 of them. And then, let me get the whiter one. I like the other one, but I'm thinking this yellow might go okay on that one, or the orange or something, but the white didn't. Anyway, I'm probably going to cut it in half and then decorate it with maybe a small pumpkin. I have a teal pumpkin already cut out, a sticker or some ribbon, and then trace around it with a marker. And I mean, technically speaking, that would be a cluster. And it would be a writing spot. I mean, I could do this right here. Now, and I have a bunch of these wax seals. I cut out a bunch of new ones. I printed them on cardstock this time. So I cut out a bunch of different ones. And I have a bunch of pumpkins cut out. And I have some of these little ones. Like, here's a little one with a squirrel. I thought that was cute. Here's a little one with a fall leaf. I also have some leaves. Die cut out in this envelope right here, so I could put an actual leaf right here if I wanted to. That's pretty. That matches the orange on the paper. So let me think about my little wax seal right there. And so I think I'm going to cut that in half. Let me see. That's not helping me. Let me do it this way. 14. So this is 11. So if I cut it to 5 1/2, I think we'll get 2 out of this one. I don't want them too tall, but because I do like some smaller ones, but I don't think we're gonna get. I also want to be able to see the paper around it. So, you know what I'm saying? I want to be able to tell that there's pumpkins around that paper. So if we center, we can either center it or we can drop it down like this. And I can still put some ribbon. I mean, this could be a tag too. This is big enough to be a tag. But I like these because you can either glue them straight in or you can tip them in. And if they're one-sided paper, you can write on the back too. And this is not cardstock. This is just, it's just scrapbook paper. And it's some that I've been just holding on to for years, so I'm happy to use it. I have, let me see if the orange pumpkin looks better. No, I think the teal looks better on that because I've got this orange leaf. And I want to decide if I'm going to put some ribbon at the top. And so I have this orange. I have my burnt orange. I did get another thing of burnt orange. And it came from Walmart. And I appreciate those of you who told me where it came from. That one is too orange. Let me, got my burnt orange right here. This one might need teal. Or I may need to do this down here to make it look like a cluster. So in which case I could scoot that up and center that. And then bring the pumpkin up and then have this at the bottom. Like that. That would look good. I think, right? And that's technically a cluster. So let's get out. Do I want to cut that yet? No, not yet. Let's glue this on. I'm just going to center it because I'm not going to do anything at the top. So, and these are super easy to make. They're fun to make, and you can just get as creative as you want to with them. But they serve a really good purpose in your journal. It's not just, I enjoy making just to make, but I also like for it to serve a purpose. You know, all this stuff that you make, and it's like, how do you use that? You know what I'm saying? So this is what I came up with last year to answer that question, because I just wanted to be able to have a little piece. I started off just putting a little piece of graph paper on a spot on my page, but it needed some decoration around it. So then I came up with, okay, well, I can make these and back them with cute paper and whatever else. Let me get my markers. Let me see. I've got orange and teal. Let's see which ones we're going to use. I have a feeling that teal is going to be too teal. That's very orange. I think because I have the orange rickrack, I want the teal marker. Now I do have a darker teal, but it's more of a green teal, and it's a thinner marker, but let's see what it looks like. I also have those black buffalo check. That one might look, no, I like the lighter one. I like the lighter one. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just go and outline it kind of wonky. And then the bottom's not going to show, but I like to do this before I put my stuff on it if I can, if I remember. Because, you know, just because. And they do take a second to dry. So, I'm going to make, I'll probably make another one with these, but I'm going to set them to the side. And then we're going to finish this one. Let me get my art glitter glue. Actually, let me get, I think I want that barely tucked under there like that. So if I run my Fabri-Tac, art glitter glue does not necessarily hold on rickrack that well. I don't think. I mean, it's kind of hit and miss with me. And if you've noticed that there's different textures of rickrack, and this one has a more slick texture. I'm sure it's just brand or whatever. But I've got that. I want to bring the pumpkin up a little bit because I want that leaf right there. Okay, so I'm going to bring the pumpkin up a little bit. I'm going to use our glitter glue with that. And I want to get the stem. There we go. Like that. And then I have my reverse tweezers right here somewhere that are handy. There they are. They're handy for gluing such things. I'm trying to let that dry before I cut it. Oh, it got crooked too, didn't it? Okay. But yeah, these little reverse tweezers are handy for gluing on little bits and pieces. I use them more for card making than I do journaling, but they do serve their purpose in journaling too. Okay, now I just went into my journaling space, but I'm okay with that. And I'm going to take my good scissors. I'm not going to fool around with my bad scissors or my paper scissors. And I'm going to cut right there. So that is a cluster journaling spot. Now, if I really wanted to do this, I could put this right here. I mean, that would add another little feature to it. I have a whole little bowl of these. One that's not a leaf. I have one that's a pumpkin. I have all different size. I have big ones too, but I don't think I need another big thing on there. I have this little one that's a pumpkin. Not quite as little. I don't need another pumpkin. Where did all my little ones go? Here's two little ones. This one has a little squirrel. It's cute. Do I need that though? I meant to ink around that pumpkin and I forgot. I don't know that I need that. Let me see how this little one looks right here. That's kind of cute. I am going to ink around that. Maybe if I can get my ink. I'm just using Vintage Photo Direct. Carbon dioxide, direct oxide. No, it's distress oxide. Carbon dioxide. Ay, ay, ay. It's been a long morning already, huh? So, anyway, I will put a dab of glue, abba-dabba-doo. And then that'll go like that. Okay. So that is one. Set that one off to dry. And then, let's see. I want to make, I'm going to pin my glue for just a second while we put the next one together. I want to make one out of one of these. Now these I'm not going to be able to, these are not as tall. This is 8.5 by 8.5 tall. So I'm not going to be able to get two big ones out of it. But I can get two small ones out of it. Let me see what it looks like when I cut it in half. I got to figure out what half is first. Let's see, 8.5, that would be 4 1/4. Right? Y'all, I don't like doing math, but for some reason, journal math is okay. That's how they should teach math in school, through arts and crafts. Okay, so, what did I say there was 8.5, so 4 1/4 is half. Pretty close, yep. Okay. And let's see if I use one of these smaller ones. Now, I don't know if I want to load this one with a big old pumpkin. It's got a big old pumpkin in the middle, but let me see what this looks like on here. That hides an awful lot of the background. I mean, you can see that there's, I like that way better. But wait, what do you think the yellow one would look like on there? This is not the right orange. This is more of a tangerine orange. That's a pumpkin orange. Well, imagine that. It's a pumpkin. So let me cut. This one is 3 3/4 by 4 1/2. So let me cut a 4-inch strip off of here. And yes, this is comp paper, so it's got rounded corners. So some of these I might round or I'll cut the corners off. So this is a 4-inch strip and it's not straight. Why is it not straight? Okay, now it's straight. Okay, so I need to decide, and I wish I could find, I really cannot find my ruler. I'm not kidding. It's buried deep. I'm going to use like this little, I'm just going to make it like this big. Let's see. This was a, how big is this paper? If I cut it in thirds or something, it's not quite 10 inches. That doesn't help. That's not helpful. That is not helpful at all. Okay, so we're going to cut, where did I make that little mark? Right there. We're going to try right there on that line. And then I do have my corner rounder. Let's see what I think about the corners being around. Because I don't want only, well now, I don't want only one corner to be rounded. Okay, I don't really like it that wide either. Huh, interesting. Okay, I have my corner rounder right here. And, you know, you could round the corners of your other, this paper too if you want. That one doesn't want to. I have a better corner rounder somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is either, which baffles me because after the Craftalanche, we really organized all my paper punches. So I have a feeling it's in this mess right here that I didn't clean out. Okay, so that one can go on there. And now how are we going to make a cluster out of this without raising that up? I guess we could put some, we could put a sticker on here. We could put something small on it. I mean, this one says grateful. This one says harvest. I could put the, oh, I know what I could do. I could put ribbon across the top. Oh, I have a white pumpkin. I don't need a white pumpkin on that page. This one is a bigger one. It says Hello Autumn. And this one says blessed. There's harvest, grateful. I have one that says pumpkin. Or that is pumpkin. This just says autumn. Here's one that is a pumpkin. Here's one that's, here's two that's a maple leaf. 3 that's maple leaf. There's another grateful. And here's a little one. We don't have to put a pumpkin on this one because we've got so many pumpkins. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to put ribbon across the top and put this wax seal like right in the middle of the ribbon. And let's see. Let me find which ribbon I want. I know what I want to use. I don't think I want to use this real orange. I have a green. I think I want to use this green that's flatter. It's like a satin green or a satin feel. Let's see. And I think it will match that green perfectly. So let's do this. Maybe. What do we think of this? Let's move these out of the way. So if we put that right there. Now we could drop this down and do this on top of the thing if we wanted to. and then put this right here. It hides that center pumpkin though. But we could put it up here. I'd want it down a little bit like that. Let me see if I like a lighter color better. Hello Autumn, that one stands out better. I like that one actually. So we technically have 1, 2, 3, 4 things. So that is technically a cluster. Now they're not all touching. So is it a cluster if it doesn't all touch? Well, if we're worried about that, I meant to look up the actual definition of cluster. But I'm sure one of you will tell me. Okay, now they all touch. What do we think of that? Do we like that better? I don't think that I like it better. I think it works more as a cluster. I like that in the middle. I like it better up here though. Yep, I'm gonna do up there. Let me trim this just so that I can get it off of the roll and get the roll out of the way. I'm going to glue this down with the glue stick somewhere, and yeah, we hadn't made these in a while. Well, I might have made a couple like in the spring, a couple of Eastery ones, but, or some, I don't think I remember doing summer colors though. But see, this way it doesn't hide all of our pumpkins either. Oop, there's a little scrap. Okay. Oh, this one says harvest. That looks pretty good. You know, you got the harvest of, what was I going to use? Hello Autumn. I like the, yeah, I like the Hello Autumn. I mean, that looks like a harvest too, but I like the Hello Autumn. And, all right, we glued that down. Is it straight? I don't know. I forgot to check. And then I need my Fabri-Tac so I can glue the ribbon on. And I want it right across here. Probably should have put some glue paper under my mat so I didn't squish glue out. Got it right here. So might as well, huh? All right, now let me make sure that's straight. Let me hold it up because I can't see from that angle if it's straight. Dropping it down a little bit. Uh-oh. We got crooked. We got crookedness. Nope, overcorrected. Okay. All right, we're gonna let that dry. I'm gonna put Hello Autumn right there. Do you think we should put the harvest? I'm just trying to get rid of the little white edges where I didn't cut it appropriately. I still like this Hello Autumn. I'm sticking with my first gut. And I'm going to use this Fabri-Tac because I'm attaching it to ribbon and paper. And hoping that it doesn't volcano out before I can get the lid on it. Okay. Man, I have 2 new glue bottles and it's so nice. Okay, Hello Autumn. That is fairly centered, fairly straight. I can trim these now, I think. Well, they weren't quite dry. I saw some movement, but they're dry enough. Okay. There. Now, I do want to do some inking around the, like, marker. But I don't know if I have this green. So I might use orange. Let me see. Does that orange look okay? Not really. I have a dark green. I have a brown. The brown might look good. Because my green is like green. It's not this yellow green. Oh, I like that brown. That will work, especially on that yellow paper. Now I'm going to round the edges since these are rounded. I'm going to do them more rounded than squared off. Well, I'm going to do them really crooked too. Okay. So what do we think about that for a cluster? Well, if nothing else, it's a journaling spot, and I can add something to it on the paper and make it a cluster. And, I mean, I can always throw a pumpkin on it. I have a white pumpkin. Oh, that one looks cute, actually. But I don't think it's necessary, is what I'm trying to say. I think that's a cute little cluster. It might not be the ideal because it's not all connected, but I don't know. Anyway, I like it, and that's all that matters. And I hope you like it too. Okay, so I used this paper already. So let me put this one up. And I've still only got 2 made, but they go pretty quick once you get going. It's just, I have some of this paper, and I was thinking this small would be a really good small journaling spot. I don't know how much cluster we're going to get around it because it's going to be very small. But I'm thinking if I cut this at 5 inches, wait, I'm not on the, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I cut it at 4 inches, because the other thing I can do, yeah, let me cut that at 4 inches. Because then I can have 3 of them. This is a 12-inch piece of paper. So I could have three of them if I wanted them. Let me get my thing turned right. Those little arms don't stay and they catch on everything. So what did I say I was going to do? 4 inches? Yeah. Okay. Got that one. And then I can do this. But I also have paper punches. So now actually this one though, that one probably does look good with a green, I mean the white with the green pumpkin. Oh, I was going to use the yellow paper on that one. Wasn't I? I think the white stands out better though. Let's stick with the white. I can always make another one. I don't know how many of these little white pumpkins I have. I know I wouldn't want a blue one. Let me see what an orange one would look like. It's kind of a flatter pumpkin. I think it depends on what we put with it. So let's kind of, I mean, we could layer the pumpkins, but I don't really want to do that, although that looks really cute. Okay, hold on. That does look really cute. And then that would be all we needed. I was going to do a paper punch, like a small scallop or something, out of some other paper that might match it or be close to it, you know what I'm saying? Or I could do like a solid yellow, or this is a 2-inch scallop. Let me see something. Where is my solid cardstock somewhere? Oh, I also have like this little bit of lace. It's a doily lace. It's not lace. I mean, I have some lace too, but Well, I just boogered up the whole thing, didn't I? But that's not going to look good with the white paper. And that's going to make that a little bit harder to write on. Yeah. No, we'll save that for something else. But right idea, wrong project. No, I was thinking about like a big scallop to put along the edge right here. This is like a 3.5-inch scallop. This is a 2-inch scallop. But I kind of like that. So let me find some paper that I can do that with. That would match that. And I'm wanting some solid gold. Oh, this might work. The green sweater paper. I have some gold sweater paper somewhere. I was wondering if this would match, but I can't do a 4-inch scallop because this is only a 3-inch piece of paper. So I can't do that big of a scallop out of it. I don't know if I like this or not, but we're going to find out. That would let that hang off a little bit. And then, do I want orange or white? I think I still like the white pumpkin. And then that would be a true cluster. And then we could add, you know, this behind it just to add something else. Yeah, I like that. Don't you like, do you like that? Don't you like that? Do you like that? That was a little presumptuous of me, huh? Oh, my gnat. You flew a little close. I also can put washi across the top too, or across the, I do have some washi. I'm not gonna throw any in the mix, I don't think. Hold on, I do have this pale yellow. Let me see how that would look. I might do it across the bottom. But it might not look bad, huh? Yeah, you go ahead and land, little gnat. Go ahead and land. This washi matches this yellow paper really well. Okay, he did land, and I missed him because I was talking. But I don't want to scare y'all to half to death either. So, okay. We're not going to do washi. I'm just going to glue this down in the center. And, yeah, so this will just be a little writing spot. You know, just put a little blurb or whatever. And I think that's fairly centered. Maybe if I left my glue open, he'd get stuck in my glue. That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Okay, so I think I want the yellow or the green. Let's try... I'm going to try the yellow because I don't think I have that shade of green. Yeah. Yeah, let's use the yellow. I just think this pronounces the paper a little bit more. It cuts down on your writing room a little bit, but I think it just pronounces it, gives it a border. And then I'm going to put that right there. And then let's get our glue paper under here so we don't make a total mess. I'm going to use art glitter glue. And I think I just want to do like this little corner right here. Let me see how I did on the back. Did pretty well. Not too bad. Let's see if that's... I think I had it up higher. I did. I had it up higher. Okay, so I have that. And then this. Right here. Okay, perfect. So, I'll use my tweezers so I can get this little stem. I love these reverse tweezers. They make it so easy to glue down little... I know I've already said that, but okay, so that goes right there. And then I want some glue on this before I put that one completely down. And slide that right in there, except I want it straight. Or angled. Dang, I still forgot to ink this pumpkin. Well, guess what? I just tore it off. I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but because they're already kind of inky looking, and I didn't cut them out straight. All right. We tore off some of the paper, but it'll be all right. It'll glue back down. We won't see it. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now we have a cluster. And a little journaling blurb. Little journaling spot. So, and we've got that one. Well, I guess we're not going to get that many made today, but you get the idea. I do want to start off, let's see. Let's make, no, I have some paper that I wanted, oh, I know what I wanted to use. I wanted to use this paper and make another small one. I think, because I've already come to this paper once in my journal, but I'm going to have another piece come up. This one might look pretty good with just some lace and some, one of these small, I don't know if that white looks good with that off-white though, the dyed paper. So I might see how the yellow looks. Or does the, no, the tangerine definitely makes that look, I don't know though, that's not horrible. Not horrible. Let's see. I like that. Now what do we have to add to it? Well, I mean, I have like big pumpkins. I have, oh, I have like, well, one doesn't have anything to do with the other. But that's kind of cute though. Huh. I need something up here. How about this one says harvest? It's kind of like a button. It's just a wax seal. I like that a lot actually. So let me cut it. I don't know how many inches that would be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I could cut it 4 inches and scoot it over a little bit. That way I still have, well, I don't know that that was 4 inches, but okay. We'll cut it at 4. Oop. Alrighty. Yeah, I marked it at 4. But, yeah, I need, like, a bunch more clusters. And so I needed, oh, I'm sorry. I needed some journaling spots, too. So I figured, why not put the two together? Okay, do I want this in the center? I want that right there. And this back here. Now, I can tear off part of that so it doesn't get in my way. But I want that there. So what do I glue on first? Well, I think we glue this on first. Right? Yeah, I am going to leave that bit there because that's going to be what holds the glue. I don't know how high up here the glue is going to go. Okay, so I know we need it under here. Like that, maybe. Down a little bit. Where does that need to go? Right there. So we haven't glued this one down yet. The middle one. Okay, so let's glue the middle one down. I mean the writing spot. And I just went ahead and went with the white. The yellow didn't look amazing with it, and the tangerine didn't look amazing. It makes it look more pink than anything else. Okay, I think I put that lower than I intended on. Yeah, I think I meant for that to be up a little bit more. And I don't think I'm going to draw around this one, because this one's going to have a good bit of border between that, and I don't think it needs, and I don't think I have a color. I have like a salmon color. Now, I just get through saying I'm not going to do something, and then I go and do it. Let's use the brown. Man, we've had a lot of sirens today. Had a lot the other night, and it was really sad. North of here, there was a wreck, and it was one car with a 28-year-old and a 30-year-old, and a SUV with a 70-year-old and probably his wife. And the car cut in front of him. I don't know what happened, but my husband was coming home, and he got derouted because the road was completely closed, because he went across 4 lanes of traffic, and it cut the car in half. And the 30-year-old, the guy didn't make it, and the rest of them are in critical condition in the hospital. And it's like, so every time I hear sirens, I just, especially when there's multiple sirens, you know. And I hear so many of them that I can tell the difference between like an ambulance and a fire truck and a police car, that sort of thing. I'm going to recap my glue for now. And what do we think of that? I think this sticks off a little bit much, but I think it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little overkill. We could trim it, but then I think we lose a little bit of its, well, that works. That makes me feel a little bit better. Just that one little piece. Okay. All right. If I don't tear it, that one will work. So we have, wow, a whopping, oh, we have 4 now. Yay. There's 30, how many days in October? I've got like 14 clusters. But these are different. These are taking a little bit longer because, well, let me see if I can turn some of these into clusters. I've already made these. Let me see if I can add something to them to make them clusters. That would make this go faster. We could throw a pumpkin on here. I could throw a sticker on there. That's too big of a pumpkin. I did not draw around this border. Let's see, I could put, that really kind of eats up the whole space, doesn't it? I like it though. I like the look of it. Oh, you see the gnat? Come on. Dang. I like the look of it though. If I had a smaller pumpkin, we could put, I have a pumpkin sticker, because we could put another little pumpkin sitting up on top of that hay bale right there. Wait a minute. But there's more than one way to do things, right? More than one way to do things. And we don't have to stay within the boundaries of this. So we could do like this. I don't want to, but, oh well, actually that doesn't look too bad. That doesn't look bad at all. And I could staple it on, but I'd probably glue it. I'd probably trim this out in orange. And then I would want one other thing to go on it, but I don't know. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 things. I don't know if I'd have anything else to go with that. Oh, I have, let's see. Oh, and I have these. I wanted to make a cluster out of one of those. And some more little pumpkins. And I want to make, a cluster out of one of these too. But I'm running out of time in this video. So, let's see if we can. That's kind of cute, y'all. How cute is that? It's going to take up a lot of space. But that's super cute. I love the orange burlap. Let's see. What does this one look like with it? Dang, he's right here. Sorry. I missed him. Missed him anyway. I like this, but I don't think that that's... What if I cut this in half? Well, let's pretend it's not the same exact size. If I cut that in half, then I can make two of them. And we could make that kind of stick off of here, like that. And then that's going to be a huge, but I could put this down here like this. Okay. Let's just do this. Let's do that right there. I like it. And I have a red one of these too. I was going to save for November, but I like these oranges together. And so, okay, now we're going to be really messy because this is burlap. So, where's my paper bag? And how much time do I have left? I got to hurry. I don't need all of this. I just need it to be as big as that, roughly. Because when I put this under, when I put the glue on it, it's going to go straight through the burlap. So I want to be able to, yeah, I like that, like centered like that. Okay, so let's put Fabri-Tac. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge. Oh, wait, but that one had a backing on it. Oh, well, that's okay. It's all right. It's all good. This would have made a good flip one. That's probably why I put it there like that. So it will glue itself to the bag, I think. And then, yeah, no. Well, hey, if I don't need the bag, then that's great. But, and then we're going to put this one down here like this. And again, it's just a little spot to write on, but at least it's something and it's a cluster. So let's do this right here. Like that. Oh, I didn't outline it on orange, but you can do it after the fact too. There. It looks better if you do it before, but okay, so that's a cluster. And I have this paper bag. So, all right. I also can do like this one on the paper bag and put that'll keep it from opening though. I don't want to keep it from opening. I know what. I know. Pick me. Pick me. Like this. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. It worked out better in my head. What if we just do this and then put the pumpkin on here? Or, you know, this hay bale would look really good on this one. Keep thinking that's upside down and it's not. That would be cute. I mean, we miss out on that blue pumpkin right there, but that would be kind of cute. And then this one would have a little bit more substantialness to it. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, let's make that happen real quick. How do we make this happen real quick? Let's glue that to there. Okay. And I'm going to use, normally I would do glue stick on this, but I'm going to use this because I don't want to move it off my mat. And I want to make sure that I get that where I want it. And then we have like this. Okay. So, there. I think I had this slid over a little bit more. Yeah, I did. Okay, so this still opens. Did I do that one straight? I don't know. Anyway, I like it. I like it. It's big though. But I have a couple of days where I didn't do a whole lot, so I can do some big clusters and I mean, I can even throw another little blue pumpkin in there if I wanted to. Seeing how we covered that one up. Like that. That one's cute. Is it overkill? Or does it seal the deal? I think it seals the deal. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I didn't ink it. Let's ink it a little bit because it's already got glue on it. Okay. And then I think this is our last one for today. Anyway, tell me what you think of this. Tell me if you're going to try it. Tell me if you've already done it and it's old news. And anyway, I like that one a lot. I really do. It's just unexpected. You know, because you have this and you have this and you have this and then this opens for some hidden journaling. I like the glue stick better on this thin paper though than the art glitter glue because it kind of sticks up, makes it bumpy, but we used what we needed to use at the moment, so in the heat of the moment. So anyway, let's get the ones out that we made, and then so there's this one. These are ones that I've already made. So this one is cute too. I really like all of them actually. So this one's very bright. This one's just kind of unexpected. This one's like neutral tones. This one's more green and teal and yellow. And this Hello Autumn with the yellow paper. And then this was the first one we made. So let me know what you think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for an hour. That's not horrible. It's not great, but it's not horrible. If I wasn't videoing it, it might take a little, you know, I might have been able to make a few more, but I like videoing them and sharing them with you, and I like to get your feedback and to see what you think. And sometimes I think you can hear me and you answer me and I hear you. So like when I say, should I put that there or there? And then I hear somebody say right there, right there, right there. So anyway, all right. Well, y'all take care. You have a great rest of your day, and I hope that hope to see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.